Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be making this, I want to call this a carved Oreo cake. If there is a better title, please mention it in the description box below. So I've got a cake board and I've just stuck on my first layer of cake with a little bit of buttercream. I'm going to fill in with more of that buttercream, and I have crushed Oreo cookies that I've mixed through the frosting, just so it matches the theme here. I'll be sure to leave the recipe for this buttercream in the description box and in the eye icon up top for you guys. Once all your cake layers have been stacked, create a very thick coat of frosting on the outside. You can do a crumb coat and then come back with a second layer of frosting, but because the chocolate cake, the crumbs kind of resemble the Oreo crumbs anyway, so I wasn't too fussed whether or not you could see the crumb coat through the final layer, so I just did it all at once to save time. Take a fondant scraper and then smooth it all out till you're happy with the smoothness. Pop it into the freezer for about 20 minutes or so, and then I've taken a super hot knife and I'm running it along that top lip. This just creates really sharp edges on your cakes. You do want to make sure that you re-dip that knife back into the hot water so that it cuts clean every time. You can take a spatula once you finish cutting and just run it along the top edge, making sure that it's all nice and flush. When you're ready, take a knife and then carve down a diagonal. I kept it pretty straight. Usually I go jagged, but I thought this one here would probably look nice straight. Cut out another line, the thickness that you want the carved out section to be, and then just kind of cut in on a diagonal. So you're basically making a geode cake, but rather than filling in with little edible diamonds or crystals, we're filling in with chocolates and popcorn instead, or Oreos in this case, and popcorn. As I'm cutting, I'm leaning that knife on a diagonal from the top and on a diagonal from the bottom as well, and that way it meets right in the middle, nice and deep and indented. Once you're happy with the depth of your cut, you can create a crumb coat. So I've just taken some more of that Oreo frosting and I'm placing it in the middle. Basically what this is going to do is create a glue for us to stick our edible decorations on, and it also creates a barrier so that if you can see past the spaces between the decorations, at least it looks neat because you're seeing through to the same frosting on the rest of the cake rather than a crumb. If you're enjoying these tutorials, feel free to subscribe. We do upload a new cake decorating video every week. Once the crumb coat has been added, run the spatula along the edges just to lift and clean up that lip. Same lip that'll raise at the top of the cake as well. You want to bring that back towards the middle to flatten it out. From here we can add our little ganache drip. So this is dark chocolate ganache. I'll have the recipe for this listed in the eye icon up top and in the description box for you guys. I'm running really short drips from the very edge. I'm not even linking them because they're all going to be hidden by our decorations. Basically, I want as much control as possible with the length. So if you arc to connect them, what happens is that long puddle will continue to feed the drip and it'll just keep dripping longer and longer. So if you break it up, usually you have a lot more control over the length. Take your Oreos and your popcorn and press them into that crumb coated space. If you're a bit worried that maybe it won't stick, you can add a bit of buttercream behind our decorations and then press them in. And for the very top of the cake, I've reserved some of those larger cookies and just creating a large section of decoration right at the top. You could stop right there, or you could go on with some edible druggies. I've used silver edible druggies in 2 different sizes. And that is how you make a fun Oreo carved cake with Oreos spilling out from the inside. I hope you guys enjoyed this video tutorial and give it a go. Hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot if you do, so I can see your awesome creations too. Feel free to subscribe and we'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.